Welcome back to another Talk Dragon Tuesday with RPW. Now this week we're going to be talking about the Electro, Flak, and Tanna, and I'm going to be doing a review on them because I did get both on my base. Now before we get into the review, I want to announce that this week, if you don't already know, will be the fight pits. Now the fight pits can be extreme, so let's go over my 3 golden rules for this event. Now the first rule is to make it last. You have quite a few times, because this thing will refresh the price every round, not every day, to refill your resources. So don't waste your energy packs trying to win in the very beginning. Instead, you're going to want to spend your energy packs and your inner fires to kind of hold yourself up and keep yourself up there. And the reason for this is because if you don't, then you can find yourself in a very serious situation where you climb, and then you can't stay up with the rest at the end. So it's really important that everybody on your team works together each and every round. Now, number 3, the grand finale. Now the grand finale is the last few rounds on the last day. This is where you're going to spend as much as you can of your resources. So in the first few rounds, you might just spend 1 energy fire each person on your team for each round, along with maybe so many refills. If you have plenty of stuff, you can do 100 packs. If not, you can always just use maybe 1 energy pack for a single refill or whatever. But in the grand finale, this is when you're going to put the rest of what you've got into everything. Okay, so this is also when you're going to make it important to your team to make sure that they get in for 1 or both of the last few rounds. And if you follow these 3 simple golden rules, you will find that you do a very good job in this event. Now, please remember that there are only so many teams per league. So somebody has to take the low level. Somebody has to take the high level. We can't always all win all the time. So with that being said, I wish everyone the best of luck, and I hope this helps you out. Now, another thing I want to talk about when it comes to the fight pits is, we have a new feature within the PvPs that we haven't utilized in this yet, which could really help boost this a lot. Now remember, in the last 15 minutes, you're not going to be able to use any kind of mega coin attacks. So that means in the last 15 minutes, you really need to get in there and help your team and hit hard. We'll go over this a little bit more in detail on this week's event guide. But before we get started, back to what I was saying, one of the new features that we haven't seen in this is the Wildfire Attack. This will be the first time you'll get to utilize this. Now, they did make some changes recently where if you use 1 dragon with 0 inner fires and you complete that base with 100%, you will get 5 flames. Now, let's say you want to stack your inner fires. As long as you take 2 dragons and at least 1 inner fire and you get 100%, you will still get 5 flames. And if you take in 3 dragons and a minimum of 2 inner fires, you will still get a total of 5 flames if you reach 100%. Now this doesn't include anybody that might join you. So basically, if you take in 5 dragons with just 2 inner fires, you can still get 100% of your flames. Alright, with that being said, when it comes to the wildfire, I know there's a lot of people that are upset because it's not the same as the meter, but I noticed last round, the last PvP we had, even my lower levels had higher points than usual. So these new changes to this, I think, are making a big difference. I really apologize that the winner announcement went out late for this last week's, but we're currently on vacation at home visiting family. But we will be having another $20 in-game pack, and I will be announcing the winner on Thursday's event guide video, so be sure to check back on Thursday for that. Now, with today's giveaway, you're going to have to tune in because later on, I'm going to show you how you can enter to win a $20 in-game pack, which can really help you in this current event coming up. So be sure to check that out. Now, another thing I want to point out, guys, is anytime that I do a giveaway, these are not provided by me. So if you ever have issues receiving your prize, please be sure to contact me and I will look into it for you. Alright guys, let's jump into the next one, which is the review of the Electro, Flak, and Tanna. Now, I don't know if everybody has taken advantage of this, or if this is something where very few have. But I'm going to tell you my first thoughts on them. They are 100% worth it. I personally got the Electro Flak, and I got it to a level 41, which is the maximum I can take it to right now. And then, of course, I got Tanna, and because it was 50% off, I was able to get his entire first page completed, which was, to me, definitely the time to do this. So let's go over what I have discovered about these two guys and what they've done for my base, so that maybe you can decide whether he's worth it for you. Alright, so first of all, I want to show you my base. My base without either one of them is at 28.4 million before being boosted, okay? Nor having anything on my perch whatsoever. So that is 28.4 million. Now let's see how this thing climbs if I change things up. Now, first of all, I do have a level 41 ice turret, level 41 flak, and a level 41 ice turret with some 20s with my mage towers back here. And I also have all of these flaks up here are level 41s. One of the turrets is a 41. And then, of course, the little ice turret I had on here, which was a level 35, is only level 35, which is what I replaced with the new flak. So let's go through this and show you what happens when I put this guy away and bring up the new flak. Alright, so Electro Flak took me up to 31.9 million. Now again, this is without any type of boosts. His attack is at 954k. His health is at a little over 1.5 million, and his special attack is a little under 2 million. So he's got a pretty good punch. He's about equal to the fire turret, for example. The ice turret is slightly weaker, not a lot weaker, but definitely weaker. But he, like I said, he more matches the fire flak. Of course, the dark flak is definitely the strongest. If you'll see here, at over 1 million, almost 2, and over 2 million. But what happens when I come in and I add my Tanna here, which I put on Leos because I do have a Garnet level perch, and Leos is a fire dragon. This way I could, of course, equip some things once I get some armor for him. But if you'll see, I was able to, I kind of stuck with the top path, and then I came back, had enough to finish out the one over here where it gave some HP to the towers. Now you'll see down here it gave me a 13% increase on my building attack and 13 point something on HP. Alright, so let's see. Look, let's go ahead and restart this because it doesn't always show properly because it's only showing 31.9. So when we start it back up with Tanna and Leos on here, it's now at 47.2 million. So once the rider has been equipped, that's quite a bit of a difference. So with that being said, what happens if we go through and boost these? Now I will tell you that I believe when I was boosted before, it boosted up at about 32 million before I updated the Electro Flak and Tanna. I'll have to go back and look at some videos and double check, but I'm pretty sure it was a little under 40 million, maybe a little over. But when I boost these up, guys, I am literally on the edge of 80 million. Now you can see that this guy is worth it, especially when he's teamed up with Tanna and boosted. So he's pretty awesome, and so far I've had some Garnet Dragons struggle on my islands. And today, actually, a Garnet one struggled, and I wasn't even boosted, so that made me pretty excited. I think that, all of my mistakes before are finally starting to be, rebalanced out, and my base is becoming a shorter, stronger base, which has got me excited. However, I do need to get some more dragons bred up so I can get those sapphire eggs so I can upgrade my builder's hut because I'm stuck at level 41 on all of these. Alright guys, so I know I wasn't going to build up anymore. I was going to work my dragons, but when I found out these two items were coming, all chips were on the table, and I did level up quite a bit. But to me, it was totally worth it. Now I'm level 213. So I really need to get back onto my focusing of breeding dragons. Alright, so the next thing is the giveaway. Now, remember, I do not give out these prizes. These are given by War Dragons themselves, but all the winners are chosen by me.
and we usually do this live, or not live I shouldn't say, but we do this on camera. And this week that will be announced on this Friday or this Thursday's event guide video for the fight pits. Now with that being said, let's go into how you enter this week's contest. Okay, so this week's contest is going to be a word scrambler. For a chance to win a $20 in-game pack this week, you must unscramble the following dragon name. It says immune, but you have to figure out what dragon this is. So in the comment section below, be sure to include your in-game name and your answer. All entries must be in by Thursday at noon Central Standard Time, and announcements will go out on Thursday. And then of course there's only one entry per player, and then the winner will be drawn at random if there's more than one with the correct answer. Now prizes are not distributed by myself, but by War Dragons, so we want to thank them for sponsoring today's video. So yes guys, if you think you know what this unscrambles into, be sure to go down and put that in the comment section below, and don't forget your in-game name. Also, for those of you that don't know, I do weekly giveaways on this particular video series every Tuesday, which is Talk Dragon Tuesday. I like to call Talk Dragon Tuesday specifically your War Dragons news headquarters for sure, because I like to put out all the information I can. We actually have special guests and so forth as well. Right now, being on vacation these past, this week and last week, I didn't get together anyone for a special interview, but I'd say next week or the following we will start bringing people in again. Alright, so let's move on to the next thing, which is what you can expect on my channel this coming week. Now, this month I started a new series called Flying Dragons 101. On week 1, we had our overview of all dragons and how they specifically attack. This is not with any type of spells, this is just simply how you use them. Then on week 2, we did warrior dragons. Week 3, we did sorcerers. Now that we're finally at week 4, and I'm actually bringing in a guest to help me with this. Now, I will do some of my information on what I do with hunters and what I've learned, but I am definitely not really inclined to teach it too much yet. So I've actually asked somebody to help me with this. So tomorrow you will see a special guest I think a lot of you will be excited to see. Some of you may not have heard from him, but once you see it and you like what he has to say, be sure to check out his YouTube channel so you can subscribe to that as well. Alright guys, so be sure to check back tomorrow for that. It should be up same time frame. Usually my videos go up at around noon, and it's sometimes a little bit late, but be sure to definitely check that out. Now on Thursday, however, we should be having the fight pits begin. So that is the day you can expect to see another fight pits guide come up, although I do already have one, and we went over the different levels of the fight pits in that one. For example, over what the pit was, the jail was, the training grounds were, and the Coliseum, and the way you go up and down. So it's the very basics of how to climb from the pit to the Coliseum, hence the fight pits, because every team is against one another to fight their way out of that pit. So if you have any questions about this particular event, be sure to go check out the video. You can comment your questions in the bottom of them. And if you have trouble finding it, all you have to do is go over to my playlists and click, event guides playlist, and you're going to find the Fight Pits event guide in there. So be sure to check that out. And that is more for beginners. I'm going to come up with one that's a little like a part 2 for beginners / mediocre players. Again, I don't do advanced stuff on here just because I try to keep my channel for beginning and lower level players so that I don't confuse them with newer stuff that I put out. So if you need that, or if your teammates need something to help them in the fight pits, be sure to share my Fight Pits guide video with them. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. Don't forget before you leave to give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell so you can sign up for notifications. Happy hunting!